Okay, so today we introduced the idea of original fact and extending the fact and thinking about how our place value chart can help us solve. So your student worked on this today. What you're going to want to do is simply look at the number, and it actually breaks it down for you to show you what you're going to draw on the discs. So here we see 15 times 10, so 15 they tell you is actually 1 10 and 5 ones. So your student knows how to draw the disc. So for 15 we'd say it's 1 10 and 5 ones. So you'd show it like this. The other thing that we've talked a lot about recently is how place value, each place value is 10 times bigger than the one to its right. So every time we move to the left, we're actually multiplying by 10. So in this case, if you were to show 15 multiplied by 10, you'd say for 10 to be multiplied by 10, I'd move it over to the hundreds place. And then I would take the 5 ones and move them over to the tens place, because that's now 10 times bigger. I changed colors just so you could see where the first number was, and then the blue is where after I multiplied by 10. So 15 times 10 is now this new value. So we see it's 100, and then 5 tens is 50. So 15 times 10 is 150. And we write that in, so 110, 5 ones, multiplying them out would be 100 plus 50. And that's fine to show there as well. So you can see they break it down and show you the different ways to see it. I really like the way they do this because when you see here 10 times 10, you know that you're actually going to move over two place values, because if each place value is worth 10 times, to get to times 100, we have to do 10 times 10. So your student's going to have to move this two place values. So when you see 17, you're going to write 1 and then the 7 ones. But to do times 100, we'd have to move twice. So this is 10 times, this is 100 times. Same for these. One move to the tens place would be 10 times. Moving to the hundreds place, though, would be 100 times. So then you'd have that new value. So this is going to be a way to show you exactly how many place value moves you're going to need to make. Once you get to the bottom, what we're asking the students to do is to take the numbers that have been expanded and put them into a decomposed or simpler number. So here you can see that you're going to take 80 and break it down into an easier number. So you say to yourselves, here they have 2 times 8. 8 times what gives me 80? Well, 8 times 10. And you're going to see this repeated pattern of 10, 100, thousands that you see. So then the simpler problem becomes 16 times 100. So if you look at number 9, that one seems to be a little more challenging. We want to keep it as 5, because that's our simplified or decomposed number. And then 5,000 is going to break into something times 1,000. So think of the digit. It's going to be 5 times 1,000. The reason that we're having students do this decomposition of numbers is so that they can see this original fact, which is the thing that we've been asking them to memorize. And then the indicator of how place value, and also how we can easily multiply any number times a 1. And then it's including this idea of place value, like I said, which is a really important concept when multiplying. So then I'm going to multiply that original fact, 5 times 5. I get 25 now times 1,000. So I'm going to have 25 times 1,000, so it's going to be 25,000. And like I said, the next thing students should think about after they do the original fact is the 25 times 1, which we see here. And then the thousands, the shortcut here is to know that there's 3 zeros. So again, we want students to understand the math, but also know the shortcut so that they can work quickly. But they should be able to explain what they're doing and why. Hope that helps.